what is visibility? There are 3 ways I want to define visibility, very simple ways, and I'll give you just one bonus, right? Now, number 1, visibility means being seen. Visibility is being seen. Number 2, visibility is being recognized. Number 3, visibility is being remembered. Now, I'll just add this one. Visibility is a bridge between your value and the people who need the value. Are we there? Are we together?
Yes, yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, visibility means being seen. No matter the gift you have, I've met people that it pains me that they are not being visible. And I can tell you why they are not being visible. I have met people that it really hurts me to know that this person and this talent cannot be seen or may not be noticed. I've met people like that, that me personally, I was pained. Or sometimes there's nothing I can do. Some of you will say, why no help the person? You see, that's one thing you need to understand. In this game of entertainment, it is not everybody that can be helped. And sometimes protecting the visibility that you already have for yourself is a reason you cannot even help some certain people. There are certain people you try to give visibility, they will ruin the one you have created for yourself, right? So visibility is being seen. Your work, your craft, your talent is being seen by the right people. Okay? Also, visibility is being recognized. I've been in places where people may have found it difficult to recognize me. But because of my hair, I don't know if you guys know about my afro, yeah? So when I unbraid my hair, you see that I have this very big afro, right? So that thing helps my visibility. Whenever I step into the room, I am easily recognized by that afro. And visibility is being remembered. So when you tell somebody, you don't know Deacon Famous, that guy will get afro, easy to remember. We are not many that are like that. I don't know if that makes sense. Now, there are certain character a person has to portray in order to be seen, recognized, and remembered. Now, let me give you an example. Wizkid, for example. Wizkid is not just an artist. Wizkid is an epistle to be read. Even though you are into real estate, even though you are into maybe you are into law, medicine, whatever you are into, there should be moments where you have to study Wizkid. There are times where, as a Nigerian person, especially, you have to just take some time to study Wizkid. I'll tell you something. I know so much about Wizkid without knowing him personally. I've been in communication or in touch with some of the people in his team, and then these people, when they talk about him, some of the things they say sound really unusual. But I could understand why he has the attention and the visibility he has today. There's always a unique way to introduce yourself in every room. That unique way is your personal branding. When you come into the room, what aura do you exude? What do people see first, even before your face? Early in my journey, I realized the unique things that I have as a human being. I'll tell you something. In 2012, yeah. In 2012, there was this lady that used to do a TV show back then. They used to call her Agatha. The name of that show was Inside Out with Agatha. I don't know if some of you ever heard about it. It was a national TV show at the time. So Agatha is an indigene of Asaba. Yeah, Agatha is an indigene of Asaba. So she had done that show for over 10 years before 2012, right? More than 10 years before 2012. But at this time, Agatha now came to Asaba and said she wanted to have one edition in her hometown. So there was supposed to be a break for comedy. So I think the comedians were supposed to be just 2. They can only take 2 comedians. But then they brought 15 comedians from Asaba for that show. Now, among the 15 of us at that time, I was not the funniest. Maybe if the 15 of us would gather today again, I may be the funniest. But at the time, I was not even in the top 5. He doesn't have that. If you have personal branding, there are certain things you cannot do. It's like you are fighting in public, you are arguing in public, and you are selling properties worth millions. A street fighter like you, I won't buy. Now, what is personal branding? Your personal brand is what people say about you when you are not in the room. Your personal brand includes your reputation, your message, your expertise, your story, and your online presence. Now, your reputation. People online, they don't know you, but they know your reputation. They know what you represent. They know what you stand for, and that is what they respect you for. Your message. What message do you carry as a person? When people look at you, what do they see first? In fact, when they look at you, what do they feel like doing? Do you know there are people you look at? When you look at them, you start looking at yourself. There are people like that. Once you look at them, subconsciously, you start looking at yourself. You start checking your dressing. You begin to check if you are okay. This person is passing a message of good looks. So when you look at him, it is very easy for you to start judging yourself. That's the message he's carrying. There are people you look at, you feel like going to church. There are people you look at, you feel like crying. There are people you look at, you feel like praying. There are people you just look at, you begin to feel like you are not doing well. Their presence is judging you. It's a message that they carry. Then your expertise. I'll tell you something about this. I was in London last year. Yeah, around this time last year. So we were on tour. So I had issues with a certain actor and producer, just a slight issue. So we were supposed to tour for 2 weeks. We were supposed to do 2 cities, but I couldn't stay for the entire 6 cities. I could only do 3 because we had Momsi's birthday, Ngozi's son's birthday in Asaba. So I needed to go back to Lagos and then fly to Asaba. So I could only do 3 cities. So we could not resolve that issue, although it was a small thing, but we couldn't resolve it before I left, because I left London before every other person. So we were not talking after that time. Everybody just went their separate ways. So there was no room for settlement after that issue. Several months after, let's say I think this tour was in May. So let's count from May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That is 7 months after. This person wanted to produce a movie, right? And the movie had to do with a reverend father. The movie had to do with a reverend father, my niche. And guess what? Even though we had not been in, we had not been talking, because we've not really met at all since that time. So we've not really talked about the issue. Maybe sometimes we just leave some issues hanging. Whenever we see, we trash it out. But we had not seen for 7 months. 7 months, he wanted to do a movie that had to do with a reverend father. He called me. He called me and he told me something. He said, I cannot do a Reverend Father film without you, because he understands my expertise. Nobody will play the character better than I will do. You have to pass that message that when it comes to real estate, nobody does it better than you. It's a narrative. It's an expertise and it's a message. I don't care where you are buying from. They can't serve you better than I do. Now, your story. What do people see? What do you tell the people? How do they describe you when you are not in the room? That brings us to the next. Visibility, right? Let me tell you why visibility is critical for business. So you can write that down if you want. Why visibility is critical for business. Number one, visibility builds trust. So I will come back to this story. Why does this man have to speak to me before releasing money? I have built trust. That guy has not. If this man wanted, if I say I am the owner of the solar company, I am the owner. This solar company is owned by Deacon Famous. He would not need to speak to anybody before sending that money. The bridge or the gap between him and that guy was me. So the man needed a place to lay his trust, and that guy was not a trusted ground. Let me tell you, if I want to buy a house, for example, right now, I will never buy a house from a real estate company that is not popular. I will never. Me being a popular person, I have come to understand the importance of popularity, importance of visibility. You know why? People who have visibility always have something to lose. If I want to buy a house, I will give you an example of a real estate brand I will buy from. I'll just give you an example. Right? It's either I buy from BlueDutch or I will buy from Mercy Johnson's husband. You know why? By virtue of marrying Mercy Johnson, he has also tapped into her visibility. Right? And also, the wife, being a popular person, being a celebrity, has something to lose. Visibility builds trust, and that trust is not something people can trade, because you can never build it in one day. So you must prepare to buy from people who have that visibility, because they are careful. Visibility positions you as an authority. Now, the power of personal branding. Number one, the power of personal branding. People don't buy products anymore. People buy stories. People buy people, and people buy personalities. I told you, UBA may not have been my favorite bank, but I love Tony. Right? I love Tony. And this is something you will understand from influencers, thought leaders, CEOs with strong personal brands. A strong personal brand differentiates you, makes you memorable, and builds loyalty. Okay? Now, this builds loyalty, right, is an example I would like to make with Very Dark Man. Right? Very Dark Man is not the most flamboyant or most how do I put this? He's not a flashy person, but he has successfully built loyal fans to the point that if you insult him, before he sees your insult, his fans must have dealt with you. So he has built loyalty around his personality. Right? Now, how to build visibility? There are steps to build visibility. Number one, show up consistently. Show up on social media. Show up at events. Show up at interviews. and show up at podcasts. I'll take that again. How to build visibility. These are practical tips. Number one, the idea is show up consistently. Now, under that, you have to show up on social media. Post every day. Post every day. As you're taking clients to your lands or your houses, post it. Whatever goes on social media does not have control, does not have anybody's control. Social media is controlled by computer. It's called algorithm. It does not intentionally favors anybody or disfavors anybody. It's a system that has been set up to favor those who are consistent. So show up on social media, show up at events where you can network, meet people, exchange contacts. Number three, show up at interviews and podcasts. When you show up at events and you want to meet, select the people. Not everybody that's wearing agbada is a rich person. People buy stories, people buy people, and people buy personalities. I told you, UBA may not have been my favorite bank, but I love Tony. A strong personal brand differentiates you, makes you memorable, and builds loyalty. So you have to know people to avoid. It's part of branding. Listen, branding most times does not look like humility, but it is necessary. Are you aware that in the entertainment industry, there's something we call necessary pride? They told you that pride goeth before a fall. What is happening to Wizkid? Has he fallen? Does he not seem proud to people? The pride that goeth before a fall is what is promoting Wizkid. Branding does not always look like humility. Let me tell you the truth. If they've never called you proud, then you are not branding yourself. Number two, share value. Give tips, insights, lessons, experiences. Share values when you step into the room. Don't step into any place and leave without the people getting to know you are into real estate. Number four, own your niche. I told you how I was not in talking terms with somebody. When he got to a movie that had to do with my niche, he had no choice but to reach out. Listen, make yourself so relevant that they cannot despise you. You need to understand. I'm rounding up now. See, in this generation, obscurity is more dangerous than failure. If people cannot see you, they cannot value you. If they cannot value you, they cannot pay you. If they cannot pay you, your business cannot grow. So don't just be talented, be visible, be intentional, and build your brand. Thank you, and God bless you.
Deacon Famous will answer all the questions. I already promised them at the beginning that every question will be addressed. Except for those questions that are quickly. So please indicate.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for the knowledge you've imparted on us. So I have some questions, and these questions have bothered me for a long time, almost to the point that it's making me like it's keeping me at one place. So please, I'm hoping that you throw more light to it. So recently somebody said, like on my real estate page, right? Somebody said I'm too serious. I'm too serious. You know, they know me. This is somebody in my church, right? He made a statement and said, I'm too serious. On my business page. So I had the inkling that they had already gone around and seen my business page. Okay. Another thing is that I remember a coach at some point once said that even though you're creating a business page, now you should allow some parts of yourself, like your personal life and your personality shine so that people can relate with you, especially when you're a growing brand. So I want to know how that really works, like if it's advisable, because one day you hear something and you apply it, another day another person says another thing and then you apply it, and a third person comes in to say something else that you're too serious, you're always dealing about business, you're always talking about real estate, you know. So I really want to understand how that works.
Now, the first one, when they say you are too serious about what? You are too serious with your personal life that you don't play with them, you don't joke with them, or you are too serious with your business?
Too serious with business. Basically, I'm always like talking about business, straight to the point and all of that. Maybe they're expecting me to dance, you know, do all those things. And it's not my personality. I'm actually a serious person in real life.
I get you. Now, Being too serious will give you an advantage and give you a disadvantage. The advantage is you will attract serious people.
Okay.
Everyone knows that if you are coming to Ifeinwa, you are not coming to joke. Ifeinwa is for serious business. However, the disadvantage is in being too serious, you may scare certain people away because people want to network. People want to talk to you. People follow you. If you are all about business, you will scare certain people because people want to know you more than business. People want to know, people are attracted to character, right? And that is part of branding. So if you are not a social person, you may scare potential clients if you are too serious. Life is not that serious. You need to loosen up. You need to go out with friends. You need to step out. You need to go for, go for walks. Like when you are going for a walk, you need to go for picnics, go to beach. You need to hang out with people because through fun or during fun time, people also discuss businesses.
Okay, Deacon Famous, in fact, God has used you this morning to bless my soul. If like the other guy, let me use pigeon.
Yeah.
Like you just revived me. You bring me up again.
Wow.
I think since November, December, January, my business, nothing to write home about. Whether not me with the problem, I've been at the brand. I've not just really know what's with the problem. But in the course of this whole thing, I just realized something that I'm not actually the problem, but the company and I think I work with, they are my problem.
Okay.
Okay, there are some transaction I did with this particular company, which my clients, they have full trust in me. Even the ones that they've not seen me once, they have this confidence that this lady, she's good to go, I can run with her. But at the end of the day, the company, they know they deliver their own parts of the whole thing. And I'm not having problem with my clients. As I speak to you, I think all my clients, I'm having problem. Majority of them, I'm having problem with them. I don't know how to start again.
Okay. So first of all, you are building trust. They are ruining it.
Yes.
That's the thing. So you are in the wrong place. You are putting in the right works in the wrong place. And if you continue there, it will later end as a wasted effort, wasted years. It's a company that, how do you even work with a company that does not or has not built trust? It's risky for you. You need to build a certain brand and a certain level of trust that by the time you are 60, where you don't have strength to convince people about buying land, you just know that you have built it. People just come and they'll just be buying. Once it's you, they'll buy. Once they hear your name, they'll buy. Because by that time, you don't get this energy. They work out, go every place where they convince people. So you are building a community. They are destroying it. So get out of that place. Get out of that company. If you cannot get a reliable brand, there is nothing bad in starting your own.
Yeah.
There's nothing bad. In fact, if you check the effort you have put into this company, if you put that effort in starting yours, by now, you won't have this complaint. Your complaints will be different. By now, your complaint will be, how do I manage $2 million in real estate? You understand that kind of thing? How do I get investors to invest really big? How do I do this? How do I do that? Now, also note that you don't need to own properties to go into real estate. I'm not big in real estate. I'm not particularly into real estate, but there's certain things I know. Amazon does not own a single product. Amazon does not own a single product, but they sell diverse products on their platforms every day and make their money. What do? Amazon connects seller with buyer. Finish. That's all. That's how it is. So you have to think about it. You either work for a trusted and a reliable brand. BlueDutch is there. There are some other brands that still have built trust. But if you don't want to do that, I mean, stand on your own and do your thing. Because imagine a brand like BlueDutch bringing people together to discuss about branding and how to build trust. That means trust is their number one goal or priority.
Confirm.
Yes. So build that trust around the brand that is interested in building trust.